In this tutorial, we will see how we can write a C program in order to check whether a number is a prime number or a composite number. Now, a prime number is a number which is greater than 1 and it has exactly two positive divisors, 1 and the number itself. If a number is greater than 1 and if it is not a prime number, then we can say that that number is a composite number. Now, the numbers 0 and 1 are neither prime nor composite, and the negative numbers also not considered either prime or composite. So here, let us see how we can write a program in order to find whether the number entered by the user is a prime number or a composite number. Now, in order to explain this, what I have done is I have created this main function. I have created a variable called as number, initialized it with a value of 0, and then I'm asking the user to enter this number. If the number that is entered by the user is less than or equal to 1, we are displaying this particular message stating that it is neither prime nor composite, and then we are terminating the program. Now, if the number entered by the user is greater than 1, then we have to check whether it is prime or composite, and we have to display a message. We can say a number is a prime number if it is greater than 1 and it has exactly two positive divisors, 1 and the number itself. If this number is greater than 1 and if it has any other positive divisors other than 1 and the number itself, then it is a composite number. Now the question is how we can programmatically say whether this is prime or composite. So what we do is we start to find the divisors of this number. For example, let us say the user is going to enter the number 36. So what we do is we start from 2, we go up to certain number, and we will find whether any of them is a divisor of this number 36. Now the question is how long we have to go here. Do we have to go from 2 to 36 or whether we have to go from 2 to 18? And actually here we can go from 2 up to square root of this number. In this case it will be square root of this number 36. Why is that? So when we have this number 36, it can be expressed in terms of a multiplied by b, which is equal to b multiplied by a. What I mean by that is 36, we can write 1 multiplied by 36, which is equal to 36 multiplied by 1. So we can express it in the form of a multiplied by b. So here for this number 36, let us try to find out the divisors. So I can write this 36 as 1 multiplied by 36, 2 multiplied by 18, 3 multiplied by 12, 4 multiplied by 9, 6 multiplied by 6, and then 9 multiplied by 4, and then 12 multiplied by 3, then 18 multiplied by 2, and then 36 multiplied by 1. So here the important thing is after some level, the numbers will start to repeat in other side. For example, in the left hand side here, I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after this number 6, in the other side, the numbers repeat. For example, you guys can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this 6 is actually the square root of this number. So square root of this 36. So we can start from 2 in order to find the divisors, and we can move up to the square root of this number. So it will be 36, and in this case it will be 6. So after this 6, we don't have to check. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write this program now. So we will take a for loop and we will start from 2 int I equal to 2, and then we will write I less than or equal to, and then we can find the square root of the number that the user has entered, or we can write it in another way, which is nothing but, let us say I have to write the condition as I less than or equal to square root of number. Now I can write it in another way as I square less than or equal to num. So we can write in this way also. So here, instead of finding out the square root, we will write the code in this way. Why? In order to find the square root, we have to use a mathematical library function, but we don't want to do that. So here the condition will be I multiplied by I, that is I square, is less than the number itself. So it will be number. And then we will increment the value of this I. So now what we can do is we can check whether this I is a divisor of this number. And we can do that by using the if conditional statement and by using the modulus operator. So we will perform number modulus operator I, and we will check this value whether it is equal to 0. If it is 0, then it means that we have found a number other than 1 and the number itself, which is a divisor of this number. That means this number is not prime, it is a composite number. So what we can do is we can use the printf function in here, and we can say %d is a composite number. And once we know that this number is not prime and it is a composite number, what we do is we will return 0. In other words, we will terminate this program after displaying this message. Now what if we don't find any number between 2 and the square root of this number, which is a divisor for the number entered by the user? In that case, this particular condition will not be true. So the for loop will terminate. And when the for loop terminates, if we come here in this particular part, then we can say by using the printf function that the number is a prime number. And here I have to provide the value for this placeholder and also here. Okay. So now in this loop, if we find a number which is a divisor for this number entered by the user, then what we do is we will display this message and then we will immediately terminate the program, because the whole purpose of this program is to display whether the number entered by the user is prime or composite. Once we do that, we don't have to do anything else. We will terminate the program. Okay. Now let us see what happens when we run this. So here it says enter the number. In order to find whether it is prime or composite, I'm going to enter 36. It says 36 is a composite number because it has divisors other than 1 and itself. So it is a composite number. Now I will run it one more time. And this time I'm going to enter 37. And it says it is a prime number. Now I will run it one more time. And this time I'm going to enter, let us say 1. In this case, it says neither prime nor composite. So this is it for this particular video. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. If you have anything to say, write that in the comment box. For more tutorials, subscribe to the channel.